Okay, this is something that like mentioned in my talk about study for this student. So how do you know the relation between Sila Samadhi Prajna or the precept of Kusala Dhamma that we mentioned earlier today. I searched the English name is wholesome cause of action. Right? So today we talk about precepts, right? The first precept, refrain. We have the intention to refrain, to not killing. The second precept, you have the intention to not taking what is not given, not stealing. And number three, the third one, you have intention to refrain from no sexual misconduct. Number four is have intention to not false speech. And then number five is refrain from not taking alcoholic beverages, which is the cause for carelessness, for the needlessness. Because if you break the number five, the fifth precept, then you can break number one to number four, right? If you drunk, then you can kill someone, drunk and drive, right? When you drunk, you can steal or take something that is not yours. When you drunk, you can sexual misconduct, and when you drunk, you can tell easily, something like that. So this is actually, I recall, karma killing. It's the action that is unwholesome. Number one, number four, we call karma killing, action, unwholesome actions. And number five is the cause for carelessness. Then we peaceful. And this is the precept, right? And if we talk, Prajanandayana used to say that number people 5%. If you want to be Kalyana, like the person who is maybe better in virtues than normal people, and you take the wholesome course of action of Kusala Karma, they are takes divine to physical bodily action, three bodily action, four verbal actions, and then three mental actions. So that's a set earlier precept just to protect you bodily and verbal action only, but not mental action. If you want to practice or you take Kusala Karma, wholesome course of action. So number one to number three is the same thing, right? To the first three precepts. And it's also the same thing with the right action. So by keeping the first three precepts, you can, practice the right action in the normal effort path. And it's about how can that mean? And thenอันนี้เป็นเปลี่ยนแปลงใหม่สลับแบบกันอีกก่อนไม่ต้องค่ะเพราะว่าไม่มันเข้าอยู่อันนี้ไม่เป็นไร and number four, right? Number four, false speech. This is the fourth precept, right? And then number 5, 6, and 7, that in the divisive speech, do not, say harsh words, harsh speech, or the way of like the gossip or something that was nonsense. The third one include in the, altogether 4 verbal action. But the brain talk, people say, okay, I cannot keep that because it's hard to do, right? For example, when you want to talk something funny to your friends, it's actually considered a brain talk. It's not beneficial. In Abhidhamma, they said like the person who can speak all beneficial things and know when talk only Arahantship, the one that reads Nibbana. Other than that, they can still they still talk something like, oh, maybe I shouldn't talk like that, something like that. Just slip them out. Okay. And number 8, 9, and 10, this is the mental action. The mental action, no consciousness, right? No greeting. If you think something like, oh, I want that one, when you think like I want to, have that, I want to become like that, become really, things like that, then it's considered unwholesome. But if you try, unwholesome thoughts might arise, it's normal for us. But if the unwholesome thoughts arise, then you know, okay, this is not good, try to abandon it, and that's it. I think maybe because of something going on with that. And number 9, try not to have ill will, like hatred. I want that person, to be punished. I want that person to be like, in bad health or something like that. To have ill will toward others, that is not good. So try not to have ill will. So it's actually hatred. And number 10, right view. ที่ถูกทุกการ right view, you correct the view to be like to have the right view, right? So actually, if you notice here, is the lobha, tosa, moha, right? So it's all together. Try not to have a lot of lobha, try not to be so greedy, try not to have the ill will of tosa, right? But it's not the mild level, gonna be like the high level of tosa, ill will. Right? And then the last one is gratitude. So abandon the delusion, the ignorance, or moha. I think you can still hear my voice, right? So just from the precepts to the wholesome course of action, right? 10 altogether. So it's in Thai we always say like, okay, if you keep the kusala dhamma bod, right? The wholesome course of action. Number 10 is actually number 1 in the Noble Eightfold Path. So it's everything just connected. But for some people, the Buddha say, okay, no, the Four Noble Truths, that's enough for you because you're like maybe like wise enough to learn only for the Four Noble Truths and then got enlightened, right? But for some people, okay, now let's keep only precept first. Or for some people, precept is too easy, then wholesome course of action. But someone who is so like learn enough, then take the Noble Eightfold Path. This is like the fourth, right? In the Noble Four Noble Truth, number 4, right? So the first one is right view. To have right view is actually to know the Four Noble Truths. So it's actually, right, the Four Noble Truths, suffering, cause of suffering, end of suffering, and then the path leading to the end of suffering. So the one is the suffering, right? Second one is cause of suffering. So it's actually here like the outcome. And this is the cause. Number 3, end of suffering. How to reach the end of suffering? You have to walk the path. This is like the lifestyle. This is the path. That if you practice like this, it can lead you to the end of suffering. So actually, the Buddha's teaching talk about cause and outcome, right? Cause and effect. Everything is just like things it always happens if you provide like sufficient, factors or something like that. You make something happen. Things just not like miraculously happen out of nowhere. It's not like that. You have to make it happen by cultivate wholesome qualities, abandon unwholesome qualities, something like that. For example, you know that it's suffering. Oh, you have to find the cause. Or what is the cause? Greed, desire. Because things gonna change and you want things to be the same, something like that. And that is the cause. But if you learn the truth that, oh, it just happened like this, okay, I can let go now, something like that. So this is the end of suffering, right? And this is how to reach the end of suffering. This one path leading to the end of suffering. It is the Noble Eightfold Path. And number one, the first one in the Noble Eightfold Path is to know the Four Noble Truths. So it's actually over and over. If you want to practice the Noble Eightfold Path, then you have to know the Four Noble Truths. So it's very important. That Ajahn Lee mentioned that how to use something that we learn from the books into practice, right? So here, the Buddha said, if you are the noble disciple, you can use the Four Noble Truths in real life. For example, some issue arise. For example, my mom said like, okay, the ceiling, there's a leak in the ceiling, so like water inside her room. Okay, this is the problem. Okay, it's something or the problem. Problem arise. Now you know the problem arise. And then you have to find the cause of that problem. Okay, because of the leak on the ceiling. You know that you can solve that. There is solution to solve that problem. How? You have to find how to solve that problem. This is what we should do. So actually, Four Noble Truths can apply in everyday life. Like for example, now I feel sad. I don't know why I feel sad. Oh, because I got sick. Oh, I saw some people die. Oh, the sadness arise. I know the sadness arise. This is suffering, right? What is the cause? The Buddha said the cause is the desire to desire for the sensual pleasures, desire to become, and desire not to become. Or what is the cause of the sadness that arises now? Oh, I desire to not to die, for example. I desire not to get sick. And now you have to think like, okay, how? Oh, the sickness has the cause, right? It's not just like suddenly you got sick, something like that. You have to find the cause. You have to find the doctor to find how to cure the cause, that cause, right? Find the cause, and then you may, take pill, go to the doctor, exercise more, sleep more, eat healthy food, something like that. So you have to find the way to that solution to solve the problem. But not all problems can be solved, right? For example, I don't want to die. I have desire not to die, but I know eventually I'm gonna die. Everyone's gonna die. How to end, the death? I cannot end the death, right? Even the Buddha passed away, so I'm gonna die too. How to solve that problem? I know that how I will be reborn if there is still the avisha, ignorance or delusion still exists. It's just like the lamp, right? The I don't know what's it called, the oil lamp, right? If there's still oil here, then the fire will burn. So once there is no more delusion, no more ignorance or moha, then no more birth. So you don't have to afraid of death. How to reach the end of, reborn? You have to walk the path, and so come back here, something like that. Okay. So now I'm going to talk the Noble Eightfold Path, right? Number one is the right view, to know the Four Noble Truths. Right thought. Think of the first one, renunciation. Renunciation means like normally you think of go to the nice restaurant, right? To have the nice house, good car, like good bag or something like that, something like material needs for the five essential pleasures. But think to renunciate, think of renunciation like detach yourself from the five essential pleasures by keeping number 7%. Raja, Chita, Mala, Kanta, like not don't use things for the beautification, something like that. Just try to detach yourself from the five essential pleasures. So it's actually that if you keep that, that means you walking the path of the Noble Eightfold. Number one, think of renunciation. Number two, think of no evil. Okay, I'm not gonna hate you. I'm not gonna like have a grudge against you or something like that. And try not to harm. And think of not harming others, including yourself as well. When people talk about like harming, you know, uh, being, right? Harming others, they forgot themselves, right? I can work for everyone and want everyone to be happy, but I can, like torture myself so people around me can be happy. But the Buddha doesn't say that. Like you should torture yourself and then let others be happy, stuff like that. Don't harm yourself, don't harm other people. It's the right thought. And then the right speech is this four. So if you practice the Kusala Karma code, so some course of action, this means you have the right speech here. You follow the path. Right action is the first to the third precept, right? And right livelihood means when you work, you practice to have the right speech and the right action. Not kill, not steal, not no sexual misconduct, and then try to keep at least say something that is always true. Not to think like is it true or not, if it's true then gonna say. Try to purify the speech, even though sometimes we have the brain talk, but we can have intention to refrain from it, like no more gossip, something like that. And the right effort is like to try to abandon unwholesome qualities that arise, protect unwholesome qualities to arise, try to cultivate wholesome qualities and develop and make the wholesome quality that already developed, right, to expand or to grow more, to increase, something like that. This is the right form. And right mindfulness is the full foundation of mindfulness. You have to practice, on the body, feelings, mind, and then Dhamma. You have to practice right mindfulness. And once everything like perfectly like you follow this number one to number seven. Number eight is the outcome. You don't have to wish. I wish to have the right concentration. You don't have to wish. If you practice number one to number seven, you're gonna naturally reach that. It's just like when you for example, when the hen, right, try to hatch like what's it called, lay the eggs, and you have to just wait. You do whatever you have to do, like you protect the eggs, you like give warm, something like that. and when it's ready, it's gonna, it's gonna, what's it called, the chicken gonna hatch to you, something like that. When it's the right moment and gonna reach the right concentration. And after this, for the right concentration, samadhi, then the right wisdom arise. Because it's like when the Buddha compared, for example, the pond, you know, like now that just the rain just stopped, it's not gonna clear, right? It's not clear because like the rain or something like that. But once you leave it, the right time, right moment, and you leave it there, the touch and let it, like the thought and everything, subside. And when it's clear, stable, when it's stable, clear, then you can see what's inside. You can see, fish, that's like lotus, or something like that. So the right wisdom, and then the right wisdom lead to the right liberation or the nirvana. Yeah. So this is like all the things like that. So in Thai, we always say, okay, the Noble Eightfold Path, you can say that it's like Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Sila is precept, Samadhi, concentration, and Panya is wisdom. So from the precepts, it actually, requires a lot more than, precept, and then sitting meditation, walking meditation is not like that. It requires more than that. You need to adapt this right thought, right view, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness until you reach the samadhi concentration and then the wisdom can arise. But you need to have like the input, some input. It's not just like okay, sit and then something just like miraculously. It's not. That's why the Buddha said, Pariyat, learn by listening, sutta, listening, patibat, you have to practice, you have to experience it, and then pativet, it means you got like enlightened, got the fruit. Okay, and this one, that have you heard Mahajattari Sakka Sutta? This is like very good sutra, you know. The Buddha talk about this, talk about the Noble Eightfold Path, that is not in order like this. It's not that okay, right view first, and then after that I have to do right thought, and then after that skip the right thought and do right speech, and then skip that. It's not like that. You have to do like you have to embrace and apply in everything that you do. Right? When you're gonna speak, okay, this is the right speech or not. When you're gonna do, oh, this is the right action or not. And you have the most important thing is the right view. The Buddha said the most important thing is to have the right view. It's like the train. If the head of the train going to the right direction, gonna um, um, lead you to Chiang Mai. But if you put the train the wrong one, when you go to the south to Sulathani, something like that. So it's very important. And also in Mahatatali Saka Sutta, the Buddha talk about things like this. It's just like something that happens all together. But there's one key, three key components. For example, if you think like is this the right speech or not? Right? Is this the right one? Is this the false speech or true speech? Is this the divisive speech or not? Something like that. You think about that. So the first thing, the first key component is to have the right view. When you have the right view, okay, this is good, so you can distinguish between good and bad, wholesome and unwholesome, right? Right view first, after that, you be mindful, right? Sometimes when you talk bad things because you're not mindful, it's just like, action, reaction, just automatically, right? So if you have the right view and be mindful, this is okay, gonna speak, or this is good or not, or this is good one, or this is bad. Try not to talk like that. So right effort. So the right view, right effort, and right mindfulness have to work together. So in each one, right speech, right view, right effort, right mindfulness, follow, work together, right action. When you're gonna do something, you have to have the right view, right effort, and right mindfulness work together until they all become like perfect, like in unity. Then you're gonna reach the right wisdom and the right liberation. That's how we have to like practice. Yes.
Meaning of what livelihood, say for example, in Buddhism, what kind of livelihood is considered like is like the butcher, the one who sells meat, butcher the pigs and chicken. Are they is it the right livelihood?
In the Noble Eightfold Path, like the sutra that talk about this, the Buddha said right livelihood is the career or the job that you do with right speech and right action. So it's kind of broad, right? So okay, like the butcher. So you have to think like the butcher, kill or not, or he kill. So not the right action. If you try, like you are like the sales, try to sell things, right? And if you say something like, "Oh, I don't have any profit from this," something like that, that is not the right, because it's like a stealing, right? You take something that is not yours and you take it, you know. You should be, and you also tell lies. So if you tell lies, so it's not the right speech. So it's not the right livelihood. So in Pitaka, in the Pali Canon, the Buddha said like kind of wrong. So you have to like think like, okay, no killing, no stealing, no sexual misconduct, false speech or not.
Mm. I'm just thinking about business, Like your business.
Yeah, like
I mean,
it's like
yeah,
a
business and like even here, so like the game of chance, like local and I don't know if this is right livelihood, but I think as long as they don't steal, yeah, they don't steal people's money. Yeah. I'm thinking about business, how would they make it as a right livelihood?
there's one friend of mine. She said like in the past she worked in the marketing, something like that. And you have to sell products to your client. You know that it's not so good. It's still like a prototype, something like that. But you have to say like, okay, it's like the best version, something like that. And she said it's kind of hard for her to say when she wants to keep the precept. It's hard, like that it's not true, but you have to say to your client. So she, changed her job to do something just like only like I don't know what's it called. That's to do with the computer.
Don't you know, even online, there's a lot of scammers now.
Oh yeah.
Totally.
False speech doesn't mean just only verbal nowadays. When like spread the false news, spread by typing or by sharing the fake news is also considered false speech. Because it, what the Buddha taught is like 2,600 years ago, something like that. So nowadays, I don't know what's it. It's Dhamma something like Dhamma study. They change, like they add more like okay, sharing or spreading fake news also include in the false speech because you know that it's not true, but you still tell them, still share.
I think it's really challenging, especially for teaching the young generation where very common in social media, hate speech. How do you face this challenge now for the young generations?
Okay. Actually, you should have to face for the younger generation. I think you should like give them knowledge, like this is good, this is bad. And also sometimes when you share the news, right, you don't know that it's true or not, and you try to search for the information before you share something like that. But even though sometimes you share it, and then this is like fake news without intention. That's and then you can say like, oh, don't believe in that. It's fake, but I don't, like at that time that I shared to you, I don't have the right information, something like that, and you can, correct them. So it's about intention as well. I want to share you. This is the good, like healthy stuff, something like that, with good intention. But after you know that all this is like the fake news, and they tell you that. So how to face with the younger generation? Like all the divisive speech, harsh speech, hate words, right?
Especially in social media these days.
Bullying,
It's very easy to bully, it's very easy to post online, just say hate words against the other.
Can I tell them that, when you receive that words, how do you feel, right? When before you're gonna bully or say the hate words, hard words to someone else, think of their, feeling. What if someone tell that to you? What do you feel? You feel good or you feel bad? If you feel good, are you sure? Something like that. People gonna feel bad when they hear something like bully with like many things going on nowadays. So try to spread like loving kindness. Is it better? Like try to make them think because younger generation love to think for themselves, right? So it's just like this is good, this is bad. If I say like, oh, you, I know I can see your dedication or your hard work. Do you like that word? Or when they say like, oh, your work it just like looks so stupid, something like that. You like that? Which one that you prefer? Something like that. So if you prefer something like nice to hear, pleasant to hear, then try to speak that things. Think before you act, think before you speak.
Um, I find it difficult for lay people to have dialogue with uh, when observing research. For example, not killing the farmers when they farm their plants. Certainly, they have to kill the insects to protect the crop, so they will violate the plant itself. So in this case, how should they do if they want to live uh, wholesome life without killing?
This is kind of um I asked about like the farmers and like people normally like how to deal with like no killing, right? Yes. Like something that gonna affect the crops. Yes. We cannot let the crops like all damaged. Like here, loving kindness, everyone come here, some stuff like that. So you have to find a solution maybe um, I was kind of like sounds like idealistic, something like that. For example, like for the monastic life, you can the Buddha doesn't say like everyone should become the monastic. It's not like that, right? So this is for the monastic and for someone who want to, train themselves to end of suffering. But for some people, they say like, I have to make living first, but how to handle the situation like to kill many creature, many insects. Maybe first you have to try to find to prevent first, and then second maybe do something that just to like like how to say it in English, like not to kill, not just like something come here like the insect and then you use the spray to kill. No, it's not like that. You have to like prevent it. After prevent, you have to something to chase away. Yeah. Chase them away. After that, maybe it's after them. Just like people ask, like, what do the monastic deal with the mosquito? Deal with things like ants, right? Termites. And first we have to prevent, like, okay, this is like gonna, sleep, and for the ants, we have to use the baby powder. Mm. But not to, like onto the animals, just to, okay, the shop or the baby powder here and, go away, something like that. And then to prevent, because the baby powder has a strong odor, echo. That's echo. Prevent, and for the mosquito, ท่านผู้ประทานสัตว์ที่ถูก you choose the time to do your own activity. For example, 7 to 8, a lot of mosquitoes. So, don't do any activities over that time. Then can do other time. Or use the mosquito tent, or use the like mosquito repellent, or um burning with the smoke or something like that. There are many ways to prevent. So we have to how to prevent first, and after that we can try to share solution. Because we know the problems, right? The possible things gonna happen beforehand, and we should try to prevent first. Don't let things happen and then kill everything. It's not like that. But for the future and other area like that, so it's just like sometimes it's hard because it's from their father, from their grandfather, right? Like in the family, so some people say like, okay, if I kill many animals, so for that, like um, they said in Thai, like donate to help another animals or another sick person, just to like balance. When you evaluate, yes, and actually it's not, you're gonna get what you done, but maybe not this life, because if you make a lot of merit, maybe you're gonna get that first, hopefully. That's what the goal. So that. And also something that good to mention is in Abhidhamma. Um, there's one lady asking the renowned monk, I can't remember the name of the monk. She asked about the floor, termite, right? That termite can eat the whole house. What should I do with them? And the monk said, what if you let a termite like eat your whole, house? Is it make you feel happy or you suffer? And she said, okay, we're gonna suffer. So you do what you need to do. If you cannot prevent, okay, then you have to keep the house for the sake of your family, right? You cannot let the termite like eat the whole thing and go the floor and build the next one, stuff like that. You do what you have to do for the sake of other people. And then after that, then you do the merit and also do with your mind. For example, if you think of, I kill many termites, maybe 1 million of them. If you think like that over and over, is to, you know, do that actions over and over inside your mind. So if like, okay, this is everyone used to do bad deeds, right? Bad things. And if you let it pass, because there's no more, solution for me at that time. That is the best I can do. I cannot, like let them eat the whole house and then I cannot do that. So, okay, I have to do this. But after this, I'm gonna learn how to prevent and then I'm gonna make merit for you. And don't think of that. Because if you think of it, it's just like you do that action over and over in your mind, and it's not the good things to do. Think of the good things instead. Like for us, we have killed like many mosquitoes in the past, right? But if we think like, oh, I killed many people, I killed many mosquitoes, I killed many insects in the past, I hit that snake, I killed something like that. It just do it again and again. So just let the past, let bygone be bygone. And then learn from that experience, like, okay, I'm not going to do that. But that time, I did what I have to do. Something like that. So it's kind of hard, but we can practice and then demonstration. Even though in the monastery, people ask like, if you build the temples, you're gonna kill many insects, right? When you've done so something like you kill many insects, you kill many, like worms, something like that. And how can you, like deal with that? So like we have to, I don't know, but for us like, okay, for example in Nirodhara, they're gonna, like cover the pond, right? And that if we cover like the whole pond, many fish gonna die there. So but that place should be like the temple, like vihara or the pond, something like that. And everywhere here, many creatures inside. Right? So we know like okay, we do as much as we can. So we try to take the fish as much as we can. And then ubekha, okay, this is what I can do. This is the best that I can do. And then that's it. It's probably the merit or the bad deeds in the past. I cannot help any like every creature inside the forest. And we have to let it pass. And when we do the ordination hall. Of course, we have the pond, right? And we have to, drain the water. And there are many fish, so we have to go and then, try to help as much as we can. But at that time, many birds come in. It's just like a buffet for the birds to come and pick the fish that they want. And we try to find, but that one I cannot help because, the bird got it already. So just like, okay, this is what I can do. And other than that, is okay, this is the Dhamma Sakata because of the belly, something like that. Because we cannot help everything in itself. And if we do something, then the merit to their own. Something like that. Any question like about Buddhism in general? And one thing that I want to point out is that the Buddha's teachings is not only the Four Noble Truths, right? Not only about the Noble Eightfold Path or the 12 things of dependent origination, which is very beautiful, and it's not like that. At first, I thought like that too, like Buddha's teachings like too hard to understand because the wise person gonna learn 12 links of dependent origination. So, very confusing. But when I learned that actually the Buddha taught like very simple teaching as well, but I can use. For example, teaching, right? Like the duty of the parents to children, duty of the teacher to the student, duties of the monastic to the people, something like that. That's useful as well. Also, I like this one, Itibasi. Have you heard of Itibasi? It's the path leading to success. The path leading to success. There are four. The first one, Chanta, is mean you have a will to do. Second, Chanta Viriya, effort. Chitta. Chitta is mean put the mind to it, right? Or to be mindful. And the fourth one is Vimamsa or investigation, use wisdom. This is the path leading to success. For the Buddha talk about how people, the Buddha doesn't say that, okay, you butcher. No, don't do this. He doesn't say like this. It's just like, okay, if you're a butcher, if you want to make merit, do this. Maybe this, but not that, something like that. And also the Ikibasi is very important for you. The first one, when you do things, you have the will to do, right? Should have like willingness to do. Sometimes it's not something that you like to do, but it's something that you have to do for your family, right? Not every career that you would love to do, right? Like the cleaning the toilet or the garbage, something like that. You don't like that. But it's something that we have to do to earn money. So change the perspective from what I have to do to okay, I'm gonna do it. This is good for my family. This is not good for the pleasant something like that, but it's good for my family to feed my family. So put it into the will to do it because there's a will, right? Okay, have a will to do it, and then gonna make the energy, the effort to do it. Strive to do it, and then put your mind into it. Because when you wanna work on some project, on something, right? Okay, I have a will to do. I want to finish this. I put my effort into it, and you have to put your mind into it as well. Concentration, focus on that. Don't just like, okay, do it, and okay, then do something else, and meditation, and then okay, do something else, and you're gonna, be careless, right? So put your mind to it and be mindful in that task, particular topic or subject at that very moment. And the number 4 is the wisdom. Wisdom, you have to use the wisdom to investigate. Is it the right method? I don't think this is efficient enough, right? Effective and efficient, right? Maybe we use a lot more resource than we should. Okay, how to cut the resource? How to make it more like better, something like that. Yeah, the big one. Have you seen it? So you have to use the wisdom into it to know how to investigate, to test. So this is something that it's more than just the followable truth. It's something that we like everyone can learn and to make use in our daily life. Right? In the business, in teaching, you can think, okay, how do we do the teaching is hard, it's tiring job, right? But I have a will to do because I know it's a good thing to do. Okay, right? Effort. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put my effort, have energy to do it. And when you do it, you be mindful, you put your mind into it, be mindful, concentration. And okay, um, 40 out of 50, 40 out of 50 of my students did not pass exam. Why? How to improve? How to, solve that problem? Actually, the problem solution is here. So you use like investigation, use the wisdom. And this is ittibasi, the Buddha said. If you do like this, it's the path leading to success in every situation. Yes. 9 o'clock. Okay, that's it for today. Then thank you everyone.